testing again. There it is. Okay, so testing again audio just to be sure. We had to set up a new stream. Yeah, all good. Fortunately, if the game crashes again, I will have to stop. Just because it takes a lot of time to get back to it. But for now, we can see that Max has set front row. Now he has retired, which means that gives John the pole position. Bag of Donuts in third place for now, temporarily. And people are just trying to set their last laps. I don't know if Bag is on a lap. It seems that way. Let's see if he's able to do a bit better than 128.7. No. He goes back to the pits. So he is also retiring. We have everybody on. Everyone has set a lap. What an annoying video game this is. Seriously, like, I don't think it's like competition ready. Like, they really need to fix few things. The game has been crashing on me like hell after the new update. But for now, let's see that John is in pole position, followed by Max, Bag of Donuts, Monster, Chewy, Ernest, Irving, Robert, Fire, Zach, Crescent, Topox, Spidey, and Vibes. Vibes, I don't think he will be racing. Most likely he will be a ghost, because at some point we saw that he left the session. John, 0.7 of a second ahead of Max. It's a lot. So it seems that John has a very good opportunity to win the first race of the season. It will be interesting to know if we are going to have a formation lap. Formation lap was what kept crashing on Division 2. I hope, for the sake of commentary, that we have a formation lap, but we will see. Yeah. Okay, so let's get ready for the broadcast. And while people get ready to start the race, let's see the tires that they have selected. Nobody starts on mediums. That's interesting. Few people decide to start on soft. That I think that is a smart choice, considering that some people might be crashing into one another. I will say that if you start on softs and there's a virtual safety car or a full safety car in the first few laps, you have an advantage because you can pit, get hards, and don't have to pit again. People who start on softs, a bag of donuts, everybody with new softs, Chewy, Ernest, Robert, and Topbox. Everybody else decided to go for the hards. I personally would have chosen the softs as well. Softs and mediums are my go-to in this track, but I'm definitely not as fast as John, Max, or Bag of Donuts. While people get ready, let's talk a little bit about the track. In the track, we have a lot of corners. We have 19 corners. We have 2 DRS zones. Sector 3 being like the longest straight from 16 to 17. If you have low downforce, you will be able to have a lot of advantages when being on DRS, attacking somebody. But that means that maybe your setup is not corner friendly, and right before corner 16, you have that small chicane that starts really in corner 12. You need to get ready in corner 12. Don't push the throttle too hard. And then have the chicane on 14 and 15. But for now, people are getting ready. The last cars are joining the track. We see that Vibes is a ghost. And we start seeing people that are unable to set their car where they have to or they want to. But let's get ready. The race is going to begin anytime soon. So 5 lights and the race has begun. John with a great start. Max also with a back start. Bag of Donuts, amazing start. Finally we have a decent view. And John gets to take place. And Bag of Donuts goes to second place. Saves the contact with Irving or Ernest. And we start to see some people changing positions. Bag of Donuts jump 1 position, then Irving jump 4 positions. And they're still pretty close. Monster pretty close to Chewy. Let's see what happens in this battle. Chewy also pretty close to Max. Max didn't have the best start possible. He's down in 5th. Bag of Donuts, Irving, and Ernest with an amazing start. Meanwhile, John stay in the lead, and that's gonna be hard to challenge. We start to see some people struggling in the corners. Here in the chicane, no major incidents, and we can see that Chewy is going to try to attack Max. Here also Robert Vega trying to attack Monster. Robert is going to try to make the move on Monster. Monster has to go to the inside, goes a little bit wide, and Robert Vega takes advantage of that. Robert Vega taking 1 place at a time. Now Monster tries to recover tries to recover his position. They are going to go side by side all the way to the next lap, and Monster ends up conceding the position. Meanwhile, Chewy was able to take Max back of Donald. Suddenly, it's in first place. We didn't see that because we were paying attention to. Something has happened. Let's see. Yeah, so Ernest is out. We were unable to see as well what happened. For now, we have yellow flags all over the place. Is this a safety car? We cannot see that. It doesn't seem that way, but most likely we will have at least a virtual safety car. Right now is full yellows on the track. It would be interesting to see how Back of Donuts was able to get John. And Irving has a penalty, so it was a virtual safety car. We were able to see. The race has been resumed, and Irving was above his delta, and now he has a drive-through, which means that his race is most likely over. DRS enable. We are gonna see the chase of John versus Back of Donuts. Meanwhile, Chewy trying to get Irving. Irving has a problem there. He just crashed. Irving just crashed, and he might have some damage. We don't see, but that left the door open for Chewy, who takes third place for now. John chasing Back of Donuts is still under a second, so that means that the DRS will be powerful for John. There he goes. 6, 5 tenths of a second, 4 tenths of a second, so very low downforce on John, trying to get close to Back of Donuts. They are gonna go to the chicane. Back of Donuts puts pretty good, and now he has John in his tail, who has a good exit here. I think both of them were good, but John is a bit closer. We have a yellow flag somewhere. We cannot see there because we have resumed the race. Back of Donuts goes to the inside to defend, and that failed. Like, he just gave the position back. So I really don't know what happened there. But basically, Back of Donuts opened the door, didn't put a lot of effort, a lot of defense. Meanwhile, we have yellow flags all over the place. A Monster had an incident with the wall, and John recovers the first place. Was a bit weird. Back of Donuts didn't defend a lot, at all, really. So, but for now, both of them are 3 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Chewy being followed by Max Rover, trying to also get places. Zach also 4 places ahead, pretty good on his side. Let's see if Robert can get close to Max. Also Monster getting closer to Zach. So we're gonna try to make a move here. Let's see how they exit the corners after the chicane. And whoever has a good exit here is going to have a lot of advantage. Also, Fire and Crescent having a fight on their own. We're going to see both here. And Monster goes DRS. He's going to try to make the move. He makes the move. Fairly simple as well. It seems that DRS is very powerful. Then closes the door on Robert, and they maybe touch, and he has to give the position back, or he just went too wide. Meanwhile, Fire trying to get Crescent, but Crescent has DRS from Monster, so we might not see a big change here. Robert Vega tries to get Max. So Monster and Zack still fighting. You have a yellow flag somewhere, maybe Spidey Mao. Yeah, Spidey Mao, maybe he has a little spin and he needs to recover. Meanwhile, John, I think if we don't see a safety car, John will have a very easy day at the office. Back of Donuts chasing. Then Chuy Gallegos chasing as well. Max and Robert and Max being pretty close, fighting for that fourth place. Right now, he's going to follow each other, try to get a good exit on corner 16, and all the way to corner 17, that main straight. If you have DRS, it's going to help you. But Max is also close to Chuy. He doesn't have DRS. He has DRS. So a small train has been formed here. Robert will not have the opportunity to overtake Max because Max is now closing on Chuy. Meanwhile, Zack trying to get close to Monster. Let's see the exits here. And we have a spin of Crescent. Crescent needs to rejoin the field here. Zack chasing Monster. Robert Vega has fallen a little bit from Max, and Max is on a chase from Chuy, but Chuy now is on a chase of Bag of Donuts. Maybe Bag of Donuts is having some problems. We cannot see, but it seems that Chuy has an opportunity to attack Bag of Donuts. This is gonna help a lot John's mission to just get ahead of everyone and have an easy, calm race. Chuy, second gear, goes to one here. Well, it was the first gear. And meanwhile, Bag of Donuts is trying to exit. Pretty good. Robert Vega with a 5-second penalty because he cut corners. But Chuy is gonna try to get Bag of Donuts. It's a bit far. I don't think today will be the day, at least in this lap, where he is able to overtake. We have a yellow flag somewhere. It seems that Irving has DNF. It seems that Irving had a little incident, and there it is, in the wall, DNF, which seems that we might have a virtual safety car once again. I'm gonna assume when the full track is in yellow, that is a virtual safety car. Meanwhile, Crescent having some issues. Vibes a ghost. Spidey Mao. And let's see if it's going to the pits, because some people decide to go to the pits. Here, Chuy has overtaken the safety car. So it's time to see the tires. Who stopped, who didn't? John didn't stop, Chuy didn't stop, Max also didn't stop, Monster didn't, Zack didn't, but Bag of Donuts decided to put a set of mediums. Robert also put a set of mediums. Spidey Mao trying to still stay on the hard. Is the safety car just standing there? So we have a full safety car, but the safety car is not moving. So that might be something not very, very good. We're gonna see Crescent get close to the safety car, and maybe the safety car is still stopped, not moving, which will be really bad and will confirm our hypothesis that the game is not ready for leaks. Here John has a little incident. I don't know if Max touched him, I don't think so. But he's gonna get close to the safety car. Let's see what happens. because this will mean that the race will have to be cancelled as well. There it is, it's moving finally. So in a very crazy set of events, the safety car just was standing there waiting for the leader, which is something that you don't see in real life. So I'm gonna say it's a bug. Thankfully, it seems that we will be able to resume the race with no problems. Max chasing, then Monster as well. We have somebody in the middle there. Max is a ghost? Yeah, it looks like Max is a ghost. Then Monster chasing Zach. Chewie, I think at the end decided to go to mediums. Took advantage of maybe that bug on the safety car. Back of Donuts with a new set of mediums. And Crescent will have the opportunity to just get closer to everyone. He's having a rough time today. So, a hard 7 laps all versus mediums. Brand new set of mediums. I don't think the damage will be too hard for the people running the hard tires. Max ghosting, which will be very good for Monster because Monster can do this. Basically, you can get into the car of the opponent and you will have no penalties and no contact, which means that on the restart he will be able to take second place really fast. Zach, because of that, Zach needs to stay pretty close to Monster, and then we will need to see what Chewie and Back of Donuts can do. Chewie falling behind a lot. Let's hope that he can recover position. And here we're gonna see, well, nothing because Max is a ghost. I was gonna say that it will be interesting to see what Max can do on the restart. It seems that he has rejoined. So hopefully he is racing and he can give us some interesting restarts. Meanwhile, Crescent is still following behind a lot. Hopefully he can rejoin the pack as soon as the safety car is over. Spidey Mao now in 8th place after some people decided to pit. Vibes is a ghost, so we are not counting him. Topox and Crescent will need to recover a lot. Are we gonna have another we haven't received information, but we can see that the cars are maybe getting ready for a restart. Yeah, safety car is in this lap. So we are gonna have a restart. Let's see how Max can do the restart. It seems that he's back. So let's see, there we go. Max and John. Max using ERS as much as possible. And it seems that it's a clean restart for everybody. We have Fire getting some places. Zach and Chewie and Back of Donuts having some troubles. Monster going back down the field a lot. And it seems that we have a bit of a battle somewhere with Zach. Zach and now the Haas of Chuy Gallegos. This only helps John and Max. Chuy pretty slow compared to the leaders and creating a bottleneck. Back of Donuts gonna try to make a move. No, he doesn't. Nobody does. Everybody's trying to be as cautious as possible now that we are gonna enter the chicane. It seems that was a good exit on back of Donuts. He might try to make a move here. Let's see if he can. Also Max getting closer to John, but not close enough. Also back of Donuts not close enough. Max just follows the same way back of Donuts just follows their opponents. Meanwhile, Robert Vega had probably an incident with Monster. Monster now being the bottleneck of some people behind. Topox and Robert fighting, and it seems that Robert is able to take the win on this time. Meanwhile, Chuy Gallegos is still fighting back of Donuts, is still fighting Max, who is getting closer to John. We need DRS to be enabled to see some action. I think unless somebody makes a mistake, we are not going to see a big change on the first 4 places for now. John, Max, Chuy pretty close to each other. Back of Donuts following them behind. Who's gonna have the better exit here? And it seems that everybody has a good exit. We don't see any major understeer or oversteer. And they are just following each other for now. Meanwhile, maybe Robert is trying to fight something against Fire, but it seems that the action is in the front of the field. DRS has been enabled. We're going to start to see some action. John was unable to create a gap that he would have wanted, but Chuy is getting closer to Max, and Max needs to defend from Chuy, and that might help John on the next attack from Max. We're seeing how Max is getting closer to John, but Chuy is extremely close to Max, and if Chuy tries to make a move here, might be what John needs to get away. DRS open for both of them. Max is gonna try to make the move on the outside. John goes into the inside, covers pretty good, and pretty hard here. Hard racing, all good from both the drivers. Now Max tries to close the door. He does at the same time. Back of Donuts and Chuy have a problem, and I think there was a small contact, and Chuy needs to rejoin, and Max was able to overtake John at the same time. Back of Donuts was able to overtake, but now John is coming back, and Max tries to just defend a little bit. It seems that DRS is extremely powerful here. Extremely powerful, and there was nothing Max could have done on that DRS zone. Now trying to defend, trying to regain position. Max is able to, and John is gonna chase him all the way to the first DRS zone and maybe overtake on that area. Just following him, trying to stay close, trying to not make any mistakes. There Max goes a bit wide out of the track, which will give John a better exit and a clean opportunity to overtake right now. DRS open, getting closer, goes on the outside, but it's gonna be more than enough and gives space, but Max also accepted defeat, and John is back on first place. It'll be interesting to see if Max can follow him and attack on this DRS zone. 28 of ERS versus 70 on John. We have another yellow flag somewhere. We need to stay here, because if Max is unable to overtake here, John is gonna have a huge opportunity to extend the lead. Another DRS attack, and all good. Nothing has changed. He's gonna fight on another lap. Meanwhile, Robert chasing Fire, chasing Monster at the same time, but we need to stay here. We need to stay with the leaders. We have a yellow flag somewhere, I think is Crescent. Yeah, Crescent had a little incident somewhere. Meanwhile, Max, John trying to create the gap. But with the DRS here, Max is gonna get close. Maybe not close enough to overtake, but if he has a good exit after the chicane, he will have another opportunity to get the lead versus John all the way to second gear. They don't go to first gear, both John and Max on the chicane. But right now Max is pretty far away, so we don't see any incidents happening. We have some problems here. We have contact here and there, and basically Spidey and Topox are having a battle on their own, which ended up with Spidey getting a 5-second penalty for cutting the corner, and we have what seems to be another safety car. Then Monster gets a penalty for speeding on the pit lane, very bad for them. And John goes to the pits, Max goes to the pits, Monster goes to the pits. Spidey will go to the pits as well. Topox will stay on track. And basically Back of Donuts has inherited the lead. Followed by Chewy. They had a small incident. I don't know if a ticket will be open in that chicane. We were really unable to see the full context of the incident, so we cannot say if any of the drivers were at fault. John in third place with new set of tires. This is good for him. This is very good for him. And Max in fourth place. Meanwhile, Fire stays on track with a set of hearts. Most likely, if he started on soft, he will want to go all the way to the end on this set of hearts. Let's see the penalties really quick. Topox, 3-second penalty. It's really hard to get track limits in this track, but still Topox got a 3-second penalty because of that. And Monster has a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So let's see if safety car is in this lap. Maybe we will have another lap of safety car. Both McLarens are out, which is bad for the Constructors' Championship. I think right now some people that are good are the Mercedes, because both of them are racing. Same goes for Aston Martins, although Bites is a ghost, so maybe he will be a DNF, or actually a DNS, because he quit during qualifying. So in this case, I think John is going to have a very good opportunity, especially because we have seen that the DRS is extremely powerful. So he will have more than few opportunities to overtake Chewy and Bag of Donuts. Bag of Donuts is going to have a hard time trying to defend. Definitely, most likely, he will need a very good exit in exactly this corner. And hopefully the people behind him have a bad exit. And he will be able to build a gap on this main straight where we have seen the DRS is very powerful. So safety car in this lap, although the track is green now. What the hell is going on? So we should have, oh there it is, still yellow flag. But the minimap should still be in yellow, just FYI. So Bag of Donuts, the restart, there it goes. Chuy Gallegos follow him. John pretty close to Chuy, so maybe John will try to make a move sooner than expected. Then also Chuy getting pretty close to Bag of Donuts. We have also Robert getting close to Fire, but for now we're staying with the leaders. We need to see what pans out here. Max maybe didn't have the best restart of his career, and he is 1.4 seconds behind John. John following Chuy, who's following Bag of Donuts, who's gonna come on top. Are we gonna see any action before DRS? I don't think so, but I might be wrong, because John is extremely close to Bag of Donuts and Chuy. Everybody using ERS, everybody trying to defend or get a position, and Chuy is gonna try to make the move. No, Bag of Donuts closes that door in a very good defensive action. They go to the chicane. No problems, and now Max is back in the party. Chuy Gallegos trying to attack with ERS, but also defend from John. And Max following close behind. I think all of them are gonna wait for DRS to make their moves. John takes a small peek, tries to see if it's possible something there. I think Bag of Donuts didn't have the best exit, and that might hurt him in this next straight. Chuy extremely close to Bag of Donuts, and Bag of Donuts stays ahead, and John now is extremely close to Chuy. It will be very good to see what happens on DRS. Also, we have a yellow flag somewhere, and it seems that Spidey Mao or Robert Vega had a little incident. But everything is back to green. Actually, we are still looking at yellow flag, but all good here. John trying to make a move on Bag of Donuts. Is he going to be able to do it right now? It seems that way. And he has done the move. Chuy Gallegos has to concede the position. And now John is going to chase Bag of Donuts. Maybe not this time, but because Chuy is extremely close to John, so John most likely will have to defend from Chuy. Chuy is not using ERS, Chuy is just following, so it seems that everybody decides to wait for another lap. Meanwhile, Max getting extremely close to Chuy. Meanwhile, Monster on Fire having a bit of an incident there, but seems that we are back racing. Was DRS enabled on this lap? I didn't see. Maybe an extra lap will be needed before we have DRS again. John chasing Bag of Donuts. Very interesting that the main battle right now is for the lead, so that is good. A bit of corner cutting there from John, but no penalties. and he has DRS now. So DRS was enabled. He's gonna attack. Maybe he didn't even need DRS, so he's gonna use DRS to get away more than attacking. And John gets back to the first place for now. Chewie trying to get close to Bag of Donuts. Bag of Donuts, is he gonna be able to attack John in the next DRS option? He's a bit far. Most likely he will need to defend from Chewie or Max. There it goes. There goes Chewie. Small DRS train. Chewie, is he gonna make a move? He's gonna try to break late. No, he doesn't. He stays. But Max is trying to make a move, and he backs out in the last second. Another DRS zone and another train. Nothing is gonna happen this time. Bag of Donuts, he needs to stay close to John. He needs to stay within that second. Otherwise, he's gonna have a lot of problems versus Chewie or Max. Then we have an incident with Topbox, maybe a little spin. Nothing more than that. Bag of Donuts now is 1 second behind 1 second behind John. This is gonna hurt him in the next DRS zone, which is gonna go right now. And Chewie is gonna try to make the move. Also Max is making the move, but this is all for Chewie. Chewie stays behind Bag of Donuts. Maybe he's gonna try again on the big straight after this chicane. A small touch. Oh, they touch. Oh, that was very bad from Chewie. I think Chewie just sent Bag of Donuts to the wall, and that was not very good from Chewie. And the big winner here is John. Max gonna make a move on Chewie and recover second place of this. Is Bag of Donuts gonna have to go into the pits? Let's see. No, he stays on track. He stays on track. So we see somebody having an incident. Is Topbox deciding to check how the barriers are right now. We also have a problem somewhere. Monster had a little spin or an incident with someone else we were unable to see. But Chewie getting close to Max. Meanwhile, Bag of Donuts, after that incident, suffering very, very bad. I think a ticket is incoming in that incident between Chewie and Bag of Donuts. Meanwhile, Chewie trying to get close to Max. And he's gonna have DRS now. He won't. So this is the moment where the race has kind of settled, finally. And we see that everybody is at least 1 second ahead of their main opponent. Bag of Donuts in 4th place with not ERS. Gonna be interesting to see. Yeah, he's gonna go to the pits, yeah. So basically he might have to change the nose. And he gets a penalty for speeding on the pit lane. This is very bad for him. In 2 laps, a podium and maybe a chance for the win have disappeared. Chewie trying to get in that 3rd place, although penalties might come in his direction by the FIA stewards. But in track, he wants to be in 3rd place at least. John, maybe it wasn't the easiest day at the office that we thought, but it seems that for now he just has to bring it home, unless we see another virtual safety car or full safety car. Zach getting close to fire. Two Red Bulls trying to get the points. Are they gonna try to attack each other, or are they just gonna follow each other home? Because fourth and fifth for Fire and Zach is good. Let's see if he is gonna attack his teammate. He uses ERS. He uses ERS and DRS, both of them. He makes the move and basically takes the place. Fourth and fifth for the Red Bulls is still pretty good for the constructors. What else is happening? Not much. Chewy goes to the pits. Maybe Chewy had to change wings as well. I didn't see. But pretty sure that incident with Bag of Donuts was very bad, and they are gonna see each other again. It's just that Bag of Donuts is 4.5 seconds behind Chewy, so that's gonna be bad. Meanwhile, the Red Bulls following each other. Nothing more is gonna change. I think here Chewy is gonna make a move on the Spidey Mau. Let's see. But it seems that, yeah, DRS open, and he's going to make the move. And I actually think Spidey Mau didn't put a lot of defense there, knowing that a fresh set of softs, plus DRS, plus better raw speed, is more than enough to overtake him on track. Even right now, Spidey is 1.7 seconds behind Chewy. The Red Bulls still following each other. Zach might end up in a third place, unexpected, I think, but good for him. And I think that incident between Chewy and Bag, the big winner might be Zach. And Fire also, fourth place, is a good one. He might try to get a podium here. So let's stay here with this, the battle of the Red Bulls in the last laps. Meanwhile, Bag of Donuts trying to set a fastest lap, trying to get some points from somewhere. Seventh place right now is not good, so at least you get an extra point on the fastest lap. Fire pretty close to Zach. Is he gonna try to make a move or not on his teammate? Spidey closing on Bag of Donuts, not by much. There it is. DRS enable. Let's see if it's enough. And yeah, I think it is. I think it is. Fire now is ahead of Zach. Again, it seems that in this track, DRS is extremely powerful. So sometimes it doesn't make sense for you to defend and, put yourself and your opponent in a complicated position. Also here, Zach is going to have DRS, so he might be able to pay back the position. And there it is, pretty close to each other. He goes to the outside, and yeah, extremely easy, the overtake on the DRS zones. It will be interesting to see basically who overtakes who at the last minute between the Red Bulls. Meanwhile, John having what we were expecting at the end of the race. Both John and Max just bringing it home, because 16 seconds behind is Zach and Fire, the Red Bulls trying to fight for that last podium place. Monster getting closer to Fire, so Monster might have something to say in the battle of the Red Bulls. And Chewy also getting closer to this small part of the track. So Fire needs to make the move right now. And somehow, if possible, both will try to defend from Monster and Chewy. That's going to be hard. That's going to be complicated. Let's see what happens after the chicanes. There is Exit in the corner. A lot of people will have DRS, and Monster is trying to make a move. Monster is trying to make a move on their Fire, and there it is. Let's see who ends up first, who breaks the latest, and I think it was. Oh wait, second DRS zone. Chewy gets in the way of Fire, and probably Fire will end up as the biggest loser in this lap. From 4th to 6th, he was blocked by Chewy when he was trying to attack Monster, and he had to concede the place. So now Zach is being challenged by Monster, and Chewy pretty close behind both of them. Chewy, with a brand new set of softs, will have the more advantage on the corners and traction overall in the track. So let's see what happens in the DRS zone. A lot of movement is happening, and he goes extremely wide, Monster, and we might see some contact here, so let's pay attention. And Monster, closes the door. Extremely crazy. And gets the exit. Oh, Back of Donuts just had a crash. Back of Donuts just had a crash. So this will force him to go back to the pits. And basically, hopefully he stays in the points, but maybe the points right now are a bit complex for him. Meanwhile, Monster was able to get that 3rd place, that podium. I'm not gonna say if it was reckless driving from Monster, but definitely aggressive. Meanwhile, Chewy and Zach are also fighting for that 4th place. Chewy trying to get that 3rd place from Monster. Let's see if he can do it. Meanwhile, Back of Donuts goes to the pits. And let's see, still 2 laps left. With DRS, I think Chewy has a very good opportunity to get Monster. Monster has a 5-second penalty. So even if he finishes 3rd, most likely he will finish 6th. He needs to drive as good as possible in the next 2 laps and try to get those 5 seconds away from at least Fire, if possible Zach, because Zach has a 3-second penalty. So for what we're looking at, most likely on track, the 3rd place will be for Chewy. Chewy tries to make the move, backs out. At this point, it's just follow him. Like you don't need to risk anything. The person ahead of you has a 5-second penalty. The person behind you has a 3-second penalty. Be very cautious. Think of the points, and also think that on track you might have the podium, but then tickets might be open in that incident with Back of Donuts. And there it is. Chewy makes the move, and on track is gonna be able to finish in the 3rd place. Monster with a 5-second penalty definitely is gonna finish in 6th, which means that Fire will be promoted to 4th place. This is good for him. This is definitely good for him. Still chasing Zach. I think just stay in the 3-second window of your teammate and you will be fine, Fire. Spidey Mao, driving pretty good. I think a quiet race from Spidey, but a 7th place is not bad for him. What happened here? Chewy had an incident. Did he spawn? I really don't know what happened there. But wow, Fire might be getting 3rd place. Crazy. This is crazy. Fire might be getting third place, and I think that's doable. Yeah. So just follow Zach. Make sure that Zach is in close to Monster, and you will get the fat third place. Chuy Gallegos, I don't know if he spun by himself or had an incident with somebody else. I think it was by himself because I don't remember seeing anybody close to him. Meanwhile, John, having a quiet second stint or third stint. I think for John is second stint, having a quiet one, and he will just be bringing it home. We have a problem there. I think Chuy ended up with a lot of problems, and he will finish the race with a lot of struggles. But for now, John, 2.7 seconds ahead of Max, is gonna win. Miami, Division 1, the first race of the season, goes for John. Second place, Max. And third place will be Fire. Let's see what happens after this. So Monster will take the third place, but then a 5-second penalty will send him back to fifth place. Zach and Fire following each other pretty close. And that will be enough. Yeah. So Fire, third place, gets the podium. And in fourth place, Zach. This is pretty good for the Red Bull team. Monster has to accept fifth place. Spidey Mao, after that incident that Chuy had, get sixth place. Robert Vega decided to do a little bit of donuts after finishing the race. Top box, Chuy will finish in eighth, which was looking pretty good in the last 3 laps. Ended up in a disaster. Meanwhile, Bag of Donuts finished 10th place, at least a point. We need to see if he also got the fastest lap, which I think it is. Driver of the day goes for Spidey Mao, although I think we all can agree driver of the day was John. Raw speed, amazing performance, and some good recovery. So there we have it, our winner, John. Second place for Max, and third place for Fire. Pretty good. Congratulations to the winners. Thank you for being with us. GG and good night.